Pluribus is the intriguing new show from Vince Gilligan, releasing in just a couple of weeks on Apple TV+. Ever since Gilligan announced the project, I've been keeping a close eye on it, taking in all the details we've been getting, and checking out any of the new insane footage releasing for it. The trailers have been weird but very effective in communicating just how wild Gilligan seems to be going with it, and the potential of his new genre-defining show. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing why I think Pluribus can be another classic for the TV medium, a show that joins the heights of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Before I get into it though, if you want to see more videos on Vince Gilligan's upcoming show, then don't forget to support this upload by giving it a like rating and subscribing to the channel. But without further ado, let's dive into the potential of Vince Gilligan's Pluribus. So Vince Gilligan changed television with Breaking Bad, creating a show that treated storytelling like an art form, not just entertainment. He took a simple premise, a high school chemistry teacher turning to crime, and turned it into a deeply human and morally complex journey. Instead of relying on predictable plot twists or one-dimensional characters, Gilligan built a world where every action had real consequences and where the main character's transformation felt both shocking and believable. His use of cinematic visuals, slow building tension, and rich symbolism gave TV the depth and craftsmanship usually reserved for movies. Breaking Bad proved that television could be just as creative, intense, and emotionally powerful as film, inspiring a new wave of writers and directors to take the medium more seriously. And the flip side of that was also the elevation of binge watching too. What came next in this world, particularly in the TV genre, and ignoring the film El Camino, was also one of the best prequels I've ever seen. Better Call Saul was an amazing next show in the Breaking Bad world because it took what could have been a simple prequel and turned it into one of the most thoughtful and emotional character studies ever put to television. Instead of relying on more action or fan service, Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould focused on slow, deliberate storytelling that explored how good intentions, pride, and desperation can shape a person's downfall. The show's writing was subtle and layered, with every scene filled with meaning and emotional tension. Its cinematography and pacing made even quiet moments feel powerful, and its characters, especially Jimmy McGill, Kim Wexler, and Mike Ehrmantraut, felt painfully real and deeply human. Better Call Saul was amazing because it didn't just tell us how Saul Goodman became the man we saw in Breaking Bad. It made us understand him, sympathize with him, and mourn the choices that led to his transformation. It proved that great drama doesn't need explosions or constant twists, just honest storytelling and unforgettable characters. And after both of these two incredible shows, we were all wondering what was next for Gilligan and how he could give us that next amazing concept turned into one of the next best shows. That next series is Pluribus, which is premiering on Apple TV+ on November the 7th, 2025, and is a bold new project from Vince Gilligan and the Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul team. It reportedly moves away from crime dramas and into the realm of genre-bending science fiction drama. At its core, Pluribus is described by Apple as a genre-bending original in which the most miserable person on Earth must save the world from happiness. The lead character, played by Kim Wexler's Rhea Seehorn, is someone of deep emotional damage, attempting to be good but struggling under the weight of extraordinary circumstances. The trailer suggests that these circumstances are that the world is somewhat controlled and that she is a divergence within that system. But with the footage also being quite vague, there are many mysteries surrounding what is truly going on, and the main concept of inverting happiness is what is really selling everything we've seen and heard from it. Gilligan himself says that the world of the show changes very abruptly in the first episode, and then it is quite different with consequences that ripple forward. Set in what appears to be a significantly altered version of our world, reportedly filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, but with a surreal twist, Pluribus seems to tackle themes of happiness, societal change, human nature, and the idea that what we consider normal can be deeply unsettling if shifted just a little. What makes the show especially intriguing is how it combines Gilligan's talent for character-driven storytelling with an off-kilter sci-fi premise. While his previous work focused on crime, moral decline, and the darker sides of human nature, this new series flips the script as it asks what happens when the world itself becomes odd and the hero is someone reluctant, flawed, and emotionally fragile. It's less about meth labs or lawyers, and more about existential stakes, strange tonal shifts, and the unexpected. Additionally, Apple TV Plus has already committed to 2 seasons of the show before the first one has even aired. So just in the small details we know, Pluribus promises to be a thought-provoking, visually and thematically rich TV experience, one that plays in the space between genre and character drama, asking big what-if questions about society, happiness and identity. And being led by probably the greatest TV creative in Vince Gilligan and his entire team that worked on the Breaking Bad projects, is enough to get us super excited. So why do I think Vince Gilligan's Pluribus is poised to be the next best TV show? Well, I think it looks like yet another example of what makes Gilligan's storytelling so exceptional. Rich characters, moral complexity, and a fearless willingness to explore new ideas, but doing so in an entirely new setting. Having created Breaking Bad and co-created Better Call Saul, he's demonstrated a consistent ability to blend deeply drawn characters, moral complexity, and tightly executed story arcs. With Pluribus, he is venturing into a new genre space in science fiction and alternate reality, but bringing that same craft. Grounded sci-fi in which the world feels familiar but is altered in meaningful ways. This means the show isn't just about spectacle, but about character, consequence, and ideas, all hallmarks of the best of TV. Secondly, the premise itself is unusual and intriguing. The most miserable person on Earth must save the world from happiness is a premise that flips many genre tropes, as ordinarily we expect a hero figure to embrace power or overcome darkness. But here we have someone whose starting point is misery, tasked with a world-altering mission. That inversion promises emotional depth and thematic richness, and questions of what happiness means, what sacrifice costs, and how humanity responds to imposed well-being. If executed well, that kind of moral and psychological play can elevate the series into something truly special. Also, the cast and production team raise high expectations. Gilligan reunites with Rhea Seehorn as the lead, who earned much acclaim for Better Call Saul, ensuring that from the offset there's a good chance of strong acting and nuanced performance work. The backing of major studios with both Sony and Apple, and the fact that the first season already has a 2-season order indicate a degree of ambition and confidence not always present in TV. When you combine a reliable showrunner, a strong actor, and a bold concept, you get the ingredients of a potentially great television show. Furthermore, the genre mixing and aesthetic of it promise to make it feel like it can stand out. While many shows stick to familiar formats, Pluribus's genre-bending label and its setting of an alternate Albuquerque offer a refreshing twist. The opportunity to explore strange but plausible world shifts means the show can surprise, challenge expectations, and offer the kind of what's that about tension that keeps audiences engaged and talking about it. And finally, the timing and ambition lend further evidence that it might be best on TV. With streaming competition so intense, a show that takes risks, goes deep, and offers both entertainment and substance can be that one we pay attention to. The very fact that the show is already being picked up for multiple seasons suggests that the creators intend to build something that lasts. But they were my thoughts on the potential of Vince Gilligan's upcoming show, Pluribus. If Gilligan brings the same meticulous attention to detail, moral introspection, and visual storytelling that made his previous series masterpieces, Pluribus could easily redefine what television can be all over again, blending sci-fi wonder with the raw emotional truth that has always been his signature. Of course, saying that I think it will be a great show is just what I think going in, as the execution, pacing, writing, and character arcs all still await to be seen. But based on the creator's track record, the novelty of the concept, the ambition of the project, and the talent involved, I think Pluribus has many of the hallmarks of something that could indeed become a benchmark of TV done right. If it delivers on its promise of emotional weight, thematic complexity, and engaging storytelling, it could challenge the very notion of what a top-tier TV series can be. But are you excited for Vince Gilligan's new show Pluribus, and based on what you've seen for it, do you think it can reach the heights of Gilligan's previous work with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul? Let me know down below in the comment section. For more updates on Vince Gilligan's Pluribus, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating and follow me on social media via the links in the description. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.